LEGO just announced and released the final images, piece counts, and prices for the Bricklink Designer Program Series 6 sets. Now, one of these sets went through some significant and I think important changes. Which set is that, and what were those changes? Well, that is what we're going to talk about in this video. The set in question is the Outlaw Forest Den, which will have over 2,600 pieces and will retail for $230 US or 230 euro. Now, this set, along with the rest of Series 6, will be available for pre-order starting on October 6th. But I do want to detail some of the changes that I noticed. And I normally wouldn't make a video on this, except some of these changes were so big. So, what did I notice that's different between this image of the original and this image of the final? Well, first, I noticed some subtle differences in the architecture, which aren't too big, but I thought I'd share them with you because why not, right? We like to look at images and notice some of the details of the sets. And the first difference that I noticed was that in the upper windows, the architectural detailing has changed slightly. In the original submission, you have two 1x1 double curved slopes that are used very similarly to what we see in the Lion Knight's castle. And in the new one, we've got a 1x2 double curved slope in black that meshes differently with the dark blue 1x2 rounded plates. Now that's one subtle difference. Another subtle difference, and I'm not sure if this makes a huge difference for the playability, but that is with the bridge that leads to the front door. There's a 1x1 plate in the original submission that allows you to trigger the trap door. That plate is gone from the final submission. I don't know if they still have the trap door. The amount of detail and plates in that area suggests that you'll still have that, but how they trigger that trap door is unknown based on the images that we have. So that is another subtle difference. I will say that there are probably some other differences in terms of the colors of some of the accessories or even some of the interior details and what's there versus what's not there that I couldn't really tell trying to dig up past images of the original submission of the Outlaw Forest Den. Of course, the big changes aren't just in the subtle details of the building, but rather with the minifigs and the accessories. And you will notice, if you look at the images, that there are two creatures that should stand out to you in the final version as opposed to the original, and that is that we get two of the new wolves. That's right, the Series 27 collectible minifig series have the Wolfpack Beastmaster coming with this exclusive wolf. It's never appeared in any other LEGO set, but we are getting two of them in the Outlaw Forest Den. And this is exciting because it gives more opportunities for people to get access to this, and hopefully it will increase the supply on Bricklink. Right now, these are going for between $4 and $5 a pop, but hopefully people will be able to get their hands on more of them. Now, I understand that this is a limited release set in the Outlaw Forest Den, so I'm not thinking that this is going to go crazy, but at least gives another option for people that might be a fan of Wolfpack and these wolves to get their hands on some of these. The other thing is maybe through dynamic pricing, or not dynamic pricing, but the dynamic releasing that LEGO did in Bricklink Series 5, that there could be more than the usual allotment of Outlaw Forest Den, depending on how well it sells. So that is, I think, hope for getting more wolves. Now, there are additional differences with the minifigs and accessories. Another one being, if you look at the original, it had a cart with one horse. In the updated version, you still get a cart, but you get two horses. One of those horses is dark orange, just like in the original submission, but another one is reddish brown. And it's great that we get another addition in the animal life. Now, we're still getting the bluebird and the squirrel that are featured in the original submission minifigs and accessories. So LEGO's not subtracting animals from this, they're adding to it, and I think that's a great addition to this. I think most fans would agree with that. Now, in terms of the minifigs, in the original, we had 8 Wolfpack. We are still getting 8 Wolfpack. There are some differences in terms of maybe the header pieces and the hoods and all of that. But what I want to focus on for these, they all use the same torso. It's the Wolfpack torso from the medieval town square. So we're not getting the Wolfpack Beastmaster torso in any of these minifigs. But take a look at the legs. In the original, we have 8 dark blue, simple, plain leg pieces. That's what's used there. But in the updated version with the Wolfpack minifigs, all of them have dual molded or highly printed legs. This is fantastic. It's a huge upgrade in terms of the quality of the minifigs. Some of them are going to have the dark blade with the black dual molded legs. Some will have reddish brown or dark brown and reddish brown dual molded, and then some have the sand blue with the reddish brown printing on them. All of those look fantastic, and again, it's just a massive, massive upgrade. Another upgrade, and I kind of like this idea of just more upgrades, is that we are actually getting more shields. In the original, we had 4 shields, 1 that was above the main door and 3 with the minifigs, and in the new version, we're getting 6 shields, 1 above the door and 5 shields with the minifigs. Another upgrade is that we are getting not 8 minifigs, but 10, and those 2 additional minifigs are Lion Knights soldiers. These are the same torsos and legs that have been coming with any sort of Lion Knights minifigs since the 2022 release of the Lion Knights Castle. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite upgraded torsos and leg combinations in Lego Castle history. So I don't get tired of them. And it's great that we're getting 2 of them in this set, including one with, I think, one of the ovoid shields that is not too common. I think it came out in the Medieval Town Square. So again, more upgrading with the overall number of minifigs and the quality of those minifigs and accessories. So let's recap all of these changes, right? We're getting a couple of changes in the den. I don't think those are neither pluses or minuses, but with the minifigs and accessories, we're getting 2 wolves, we're getting an extra horse, we're getting 2 extra wolf pack shields plus a Lion Knights ovoid shield. We are getting significantly upgraded legs with dual molded and printed legs as opposed to plain dark blade legs, and we are getting 2 Lion Knights soldiers that were not in there as well. And did I mention the extra horse that they've thrown in there? So I think one of the questions people have is, well, did Lego just decide that we're going to add these details and jack up the price? Well, as I noted at the top of this video, this is a $230 and 230 euro priced set. You are getting over 2,600 pieces along with these 10 minifigs and accessories, and the $230 price threshold is kind of interesting. In Series 4 of the Bricklink Designer Program, 2 sets that were Castle, right, the Medieval Seaside Market, and the Siege Encampment were both $230. This Outlaw Forest Den has more pieces than both of those, and it has more minifigs than the Medieval Seaside Market. It has fewer minifigs, though, than the Medieval Siege Encampment. So a little bit in the middle of those. So I don't think this is terribly outlandish or different than what we've been getting with the Bricklink Designer Program, which usually represents some pretty good deals in terms of the price per piece ratio, well below 10% or 10 cents per piece, and minifig and the total number of minifigs and accessories included. So what I think Lego did is they basically said, this is the budget, 230. What else can we add to that to get it up to that price point? If they did that, then I give them kudos. Like, they want to clearly sell this price for that amount, this set for that amount, and they added to it. And I'm okay with that. I think this will be a really fun set to get, and it went from one that was probably going to get to a must get for us. Now, there are additional Bricklink Designer Program Series 6 sets that have the same information in terms of the pricing and the final images and all of that. We're not going to break those down right now. I just was so excited about this Wolfpack set that I just wanted to comment on it. But we'll put out a video closer to the October 6th pre-order window that goes through each of these sets, and I think what they offer and whether or not they're really sets that we are planning on getting, and some of the strengths and weaknesses of all of them. But again, I was just too excited for this Outlaw Forest Den to not put something out there. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and always remember to keep building together.